Wow, that's loud. Hello, everyone. Welcome to a long overdue installment of the league name TBD No Fun League Pod. Here with our guest, the manager in the mirror, Mr. Luke Wittenborn. How are we?
Doing very well, guys.
As his name would imply, he is the 2021 champ. Also here with my co-host, the 2022 champ,
I don't know. That's close enough. Two or three.
Dan Marks.
All
How
right.
are you?
I don't know what you mean long overdue. We just dropped an episode like last week.
That's right. I actually want to go back and watch that because I don't remember a single minute of it. So it would be fun to be on the viewer side for once. But today is not about Brennan. Today is about Mr. Luke Wittenborn. So without further ado, I think I'll jump in if no one else says anything.
Good to go.
Let's rumble. So telling the story of Luke's 2024. He came in off the season prior, finished 4-11, was the 9 seed and 8th in points for. Then on February 20th, he received Quentin Johnston and a 6th round pick for the 302 in last year's rookie draft, who became Jalen Wright. Then March 4th, quarterback redraft. He took Jalen Hurts at the 105, traded back, took Deshaun Watson at the 210, and Russell Wilson at the 305. And during that, received compensation that included Jameson Williams, Deontay Johnson, and Josh Downs. And then March 7th, made the move that catalyzed the end of the year of the mirror, receiving Saquon Barkley, Amari Cooper, and the 4th rounder that became Malik Washington for Jahan Dotson. The 107 this year, who was, I don't know, I haven't updated this since then. And the 301 this year. He received Jaleel McLaughlin and the pick that became Jonathan Brooks for the pick that became Ladd McConkey. Pretty rough one there. And then the day of our rookie draft, sent the 204 that became Brooks for Gus Edwards, the 206 who became Bo Nix. That's a great trade back. 4th rounder that became Kamani Vidal, and Nico's 26th third. In the draft, took Brock Bowers 201, Bo Nix 206, Shipley 402, Tez Walker 4-5, Malik Washington 4-6, Bucky Irving 4-7, Frank Gore Jr. 6-2. I skipped Spencer Rattler 5-2, and J.K. Jackson, league changing at 6-3.
Another Rutgers guy. He's gone now.
Oh, is he? I didn't know that. July 24th, got Treylon Burks and Dan's 26th second for Jake Ferguson. That was a good time to get out on that. July 26th, Nico's 26th third and his own 26th third, and he sent away Gino. Added Jonnu Smith for $0 on waivers right before the season. Quite the pull. And then made another big-time trade, receiving Josh Jacobs and this year's 201 for Brock Bowers. And then he sent Olave 302 and his 26th third. No, you received those?
Yep.
You received those, sending Jameson Williams 207 and your 27 first to the 27 first collector, Nico Ellis. Before the draft this year, you traded 201 and 3-2 for 108 and 501. And with your own pick back, you then took
Mechatron.
Gotcha. All in all, you finished last year 9-6 and the 4 seed in the regular season, 3rd in points for, and lost by 6 in round 1 of the playoffs. Won the 3rd place game by 13, and you were the top scorer in the winners bracket that week. So if only.
Yep.
You drafted, I did have it written down, you drafted Mechatron, Amika Egbuka, Kyle Manungai, 4-2.
Yes, sir.
Dylan Gabriel, Ty Felton, Damian Martinez. You own Dan's 26 second, and you do not own your own 27 first. So that's how Luke Witt has been looking. Those always really take it out of me.
Yeah, that was a real trip down memory lane there.
A busy year, a hell of a turnaround season for you.
Hell of a turnaround.
Yeah,
People
yeah,
were
yeah.
not high on you coming into last season, and you showed that pushing in for that Saquon trade was well worth it. A touchdown in the semifinals away from potentially being a champ.
Dan, it occurs to me that we did not break up who was doing the yellow questions and who was doing the black questions. So which would you like to do?
I thought I was yellow.
Okay,
I
you're
was
yellow.
okay. Well, we'll put fantasy aside for a sec. How's Luke Witt?
Wow. That's a really deep question. Thanks for asking that. No one asks me that anymore. No, I'm kidding. Good man, very good. Having a nice summer. Spent a lot of time out on the boat down in LBI. Still living up here in Hoboken with Fedor and Tartaglia. We're actually going to go play some tennis after this. We're trying to get into that this year. Trying to work on my serve. But yeah, no, everything's been pretty good. Just going through the motions. Was telling these guys earlier, I'm just now starting to think about fantasy. It's almost that time of year. Mock drafts are happening for redraft. The chat's popping off for dynasty. So it's almost that really exciting time. Training camp's starting up for everybody. So it's good. It's very good. I like this time of year. Golf is still in full swing. So hey, no complaints over here.
Good stuff. I realized that I back when we were doing these more regularly would always put up an album behind me, and I was going to match you with Astro World there, but I can't find it.
I got it right here.
Yeah, you got us covered. Now, Dan got into it a little bit, but many were saying, I believe myself included, at this time last year that you should blow it up. But instead, you used those trades and drafted some really quick win now guys to be a legitimate contender last year. Did you expect to turn around that fast, or was that a little bit of a shock to you?
No, I mean over here we expect to make the playoffs every year, regardless of roster. But yeah, I mean, of course, I mean, I didn't think Saquon was going to hit as well as he did. I mean, it was a scary place for me pushing all my chips in and also being an Eagles fan. So, I mean, it could have gone the other way very quickly. Let's say if he got injured or he turned out to, that age maybe started to show. So it was a very high risk situation, but nah, I mean, we expect to have a certain floor of excellence over here. So, we just said it as I was a touchdown away. I was a Jalen Hurts healthy game away when I played you. I believe that was
He got
the
knocked out.
Washington week where he conked out in the first quarter. So all of the pieces were there for another run. I really would have loved to get that second ring before you, but it's always great to lose the eventual champ. So that's just going to fuel my fire this year. Again, I don't think people believe I have the best roster on paper for this Dynasty League, but we keep coming out and putting up some good numbers. So, full steam ahead this year. But, last year, yeah, we expected to be good, but maybe not that good.
Gotcha. Now, I mentioned your drafting acumen. You might have one of the best track records for squeezing value out of some of these picks. Now, was there any specific reasons that you remember that you took Egbuka this year, Manungai? Are you expecting anything in terms of how they'll contribute this year?
I'm very excited about Mecca. I mean, being a Rucker, well, this actually goes hand in hand for both guys. Being a Rutgers guy, watching college football, I took Nico to a Rutgers game in 2021, had him up for the week, and Ohio State was in town. So I've had the pleasure of seeing Stroud and Marv and all these guys, and this other guy, number two, Ibuka, he was just cooking us, man. Like cooking, cooking. I was like, dude, that guy's a problem. And at the time, we had some decent corners, but we still, I don't know, it was one of those blowout losses. So I had the early scout report on this guy, and I was like, wow, this guy is a dog. Like, it was a real pleasure to see. So he was always been on my little mental checklist slash he's always been in my mind. So that trade up, I had pretty much one guy in mind. I mean, there was, other options at that pick, but man, I had my sights set on Mecca for a good while. So I'm really happy about that. I think he's going to produce. I mean, Godwin starting on the pup. Who knows if he'll be back at full strength by whatever, let's say mid-season. So maybe Mecca gets a couple reps in with the starting offense. And then yeah, Monangai, another dog. I like my Rutgers running backs. I think Shiano really pumps him out there in Piscataway. So I don't know how comparable he is to Pacheco. I mean, they both had those bruising styles. So all I know is Monangai is a dog. I've been hearing decent reports out of the Bears camp. So not saying he's going to take DeAndre Swift's job, but hey, maybe another injury, kind of similar to what Pacheco had a few years ago, and he fires right up that depth chart and starts producing. So yeah, I mean, I've been kind of lucky with these guys. I like that I have that good track record. That's cool, but
Yeah.
we got to keep it going. We got that high standard over here, so hoping those guys produce this year.
That Scarlet Knight to Hardstone Psycho backfield pipeline is strong. There's no denying it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not a secret anymore, but I'll keep doing it till someone stops me.
Here's hoping that Monangai is a little more Pacheco than Jaiquay Johnson, who I don't think I'd
Oh,
ever.
jeez. Yeah, he's definitely not in the league anymore. Rest in peace, Jaquay.
Uh, Talking about that strong draft history, last year was no different. With no first, you
Mhm.
absolutely tore it up with Bowers, Nix, and Bucky Irving. Three, I think anybody would call massive hits for both long-term guys and guys that came out and balled right away. Talk us through those picks. Was it situation, a feeling you had about the players as prospects, luck? How'd those three guys end up for you?
Yeah. Hey, better lucky than good. That's what we say on the golf course. But yeah, that Bowers pick was certainly best player available at the time. I remember sitting in the war room and he fell to me, and I got all those texts and calls, on the clock, and I was like, wow, who is this Georgia guy? I knew him a little bit, but I was like, all right, yeah, this
I
is
actually
probably the
remember
right
that
pick, right?
news was going
Yeah,
on.
yeah,
I
yeah.
forgot about that.
Uh-huh.
Draft.
Um, oh, dude, of course I'd like to be sitting on Bowers now. I could trade him for 2, 3x the value I got him for, but that was part of my push the chips in move, get the Jacobs, get the second round. I mean, I would love to be sitting on Bowers for 8 more years or whatever, but great trade by Zach. But yeah, that was a nice pick. Bo Nix, yeah, man. I mean, I always try and draft a quarterback every year. I don't think much went into that, man. I mean, I knew he was a duck. I knew he had, that slight dog in him, if you will. But um, finding his teammate in Bucky Irving, I mean, that was just that was just a hitch, or what do you call it, an inkling, a lucky throw, dart throw in that. I mean, I saw his clips. He was on my little board, but oh man, I was not expecting him to be what he is, and now he's looking pretty primed for a nice year too. I mean, the
Yeah.
rookie breakout season is pretty cool, so I hope they use him even more this year down there in Tampa. But um, yeah, I'm not going to reveal all my secrets, of course, but I mean, there's some guys that just look good on the draft board that you just want to take and put your trust in.
Well, you said it. Bowers is gone. Obviously it hurts in hindsight the year he had, but I feel like you got good return. Jacobs was a great win now piece. Still is a great win now piece. Um, you still got
Yep.
the Oregon boys, Nix and Bucky. Do you see them as cornerstones?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the um the Jacobs thing, I mean, yeah, it was a good win now. I mean, I'm running with like, five RB1s at this point. It's a very interesting structure for a dynasty team. And all these guys are getting a little older. Saquon, Jacobs. I mean, Bucky is it looks nice to see a RB1 and click on the name and he's only 22 or 23, whatever he is. I mean, that's a nice little switch up, right?
Definitely.
Um, and yeah, I mean Bowers would be sliding right in there, but we got McBride. That was part of the reason too. It wasn't like I had Johnny Smith behind only. I had the McBride lurking, so he's going to be there for a long time, hopefully too. But yeah, both those guys definitely cornerstones. It's really good for the brand. I mean, it keeps that floor pretty high as we go on in the years here, and then I could stack off of them.
Gotcha. Now, you mentioned that even already a year later, you could have 2 or 3x that Bowers. I don't want to keep harping on it. Just one more question.
Yeah.
Does that change any way that you approach dealing guys that you've just drafted or approach anything at all? Or that's we're just chalking that one up as unfortunate and moving on?
Hey man, you sometimes got to go with the flow. I mean, it's hard to dwell in the past with those, but yeah, I mean, a blue chip prospect like that should probably stay on the roster, regardless of what offers thrown at me. So, hey, learning experiences, right? I mean, got to get burnt a couple times to really learn. So, no regrets. Would love to have them, but I see the roster now and I'm happy with it.
I can personally say I've never regretted a single trade I've ever made.
Wow.
So Chris Thompson, he'll be.
I
The
still
most infamous
can't
league
cry.
trade in history.
um, if we're moving to a trade that was good for you, I think, I know I did. A lot of people viewed that Saquon as a huge overpay at the time. Do you already consider that one a success, or do we need X more RB1 seasons? Do we need a ring to be the result, or are we already like pointing at that one as a win?
I think we're pretty squared away on the balance sheet there. Um, like I said earlier, I mean, the fact that, you know, me and you both very heavy Eagles fans and to support him from a fantasy perspective as well. That special season made it worth it. I mean, I didn't get the ring. I got this cup though. The boys did.
Hey,
So,
all right.
no regrets there. Yeah, I'd call it a success. There are a few trades where I've been that excited, clicking accept, and that was one of them. And I think from here on out, it's just house money at this point. I mean, I think he's going to have another great year. It's hard denying it. I mean, yeah. Did I like Jahan Dotson? Sure. Did I like my first round? Yeah, sure. Why not? And Amari Cooper, if he gets re-signed, I hope, hopefully he will pretty soon. Maybe he could still produce in his elder state. But yeah, that trade worked out for me. I'm cool with that one.
Yeah, I'm sure the loss of Jahan Dotson and Amari Cooper really eat at you.
Yeah.
Well, since you don't have those guys to look forward to anymore, we've kind of talked a little bit about your core. You've got a good mix of young talent and then some rock solid contending vets. Who are you most excited for on your team this year?
Oh man, that's a good question. Well, probably I'll give you three. The first one might be a little controversial, but it is Chris Olave.
Wow.
Yeah. Um, and this is not, I mean, maybe this season, but also into the next. The 26 QB class next year will be very good, as we all know. So even if Tyler Shaw doesn't work out this year, which who the fuck knows if it will, um, I still have confidence. I just need Chris to stay healthy, and maybe they get like a Drew Aller type prospect next year or whatever, Klubnik or whoever. But for this season, I'm still very excited about him. I mean, he is a player that still has it. We know he has top end talent. He just has to stay healthy. Got to wear that Guardian cap
Yeah,
extra plus. Hopefully they brought out a new line for him this year. But he is going to get volume regardless in that offense. So I not given up on him yet. I mean, there are a lot of people in the community that I've seen panic selling him and whatnot. You know, he was supposed to be a cornerstone when I traded for him last year, when I gave up JMO in the pick. So, I'm very excited to see him hopefully re-cement himself as a good asset. I know he's had a lot of, cloudy coverage around him, but looking forward for that. Chuba Hubbard as well. He's been sneaky, man. I think Bryce Young's going to have another a better year. We saw a glimpse of it last year with the addition of Tet and everybody down there in Carolina. I mean, that is going to continue to open up lanes for Chuba. Love the name, always have.
fair.
I'm very excited to see him cook down there and cement himself as a low end RB1, high end RB2 for this year. Uh, Third guy, let's go Pickens, man. Yeah, Dak Prescott slinging him the rock. I mean, him and CD should combine for 2,500 yards plus. I don't know where that split's gonna go, but I'm excited. He got out of Pittsburgh. I am very happy about that. Linking him down there in Texas with CD and Dak, he's going to get a lot of that the secondary that is they got to put a lot of focus on CD. So I'm thinking he's going to be sneaky good, man. Wide receiver two, maybe wide receiver one ceiling if he really stays out of trouble and runs his routes.
I'm entering a big rebuild in another league, and I have
Mhm.
Dak and Pickens, and I
Nice.
have not even begun to think about offers because I really do think Pickens is about to go like way outperform what everyone's
Lights out.
thinking.
Yep.
I don't want to miss out on value there. I'm also kind of, you probably don't want to hear this, but I'm kind of stoked you didn't say Bucky. I am so tired of the Bucky Irving worship everywhere.
Yeah, trust me. I initially when we scheduled this, I was planning on talking about him for 40 minutes, but I wanted to give some other guys a shout, right? So yeah, trust me, I've seen that everywhere and didn't want to bring that up. So yeah, I understand that.
All right. Well, as we get towards the end here, we're just wondering, we ask this to everybody, what is the bar for calling this year successful? Is it ring or bust? Just make a nice postseason appearance?
Yeah, yeah, I would say not making the playoffs would be a bust. So we're coming into this year really seeking that second ring, trying to keep pace with you.
Yeah.
Um, no, but I wouldn't say it's a bust if we don't win the ring. I want to get to the playoffs and make another push and, keep proving all the haters wrong, if you
Oh,
will,
yeah.
in this day and age. So, yeah, I would love to get another ring. That's the ultimate goal every year. I think the roster is there, and it's just a matter of execution, staying healthy, and of course, a little bit of luck.
Well, I think you're amongst many in hunting for the playoffs and eventually a ring this year. Looks like by my calculations, 9 out of 10 teams are at least starting out the season with their eyes on the prize. Anybody particular that you see as a rival this year?
That's a good question. I always like to be rivalrous with the big steppers. Yeah,
Oh,
they
yeah.
you know,
Fuck the stepper.
stepper hate watch. No, Nico's always got a good little team, but yeah, I know I play in week one, and that's going to be a good kickoff to the season. Always nice to get a nice win on week one, so that'll be a big matchup. I also want to make sure that I take care of Rob this year. Um, you know, he's always a lurker, and spent a lot of time on Xbox together, chirping away. So be nice to catch a win there as well. But yeah, I mean, like you said, this league is ready to compete, man. There are a lot of teams in here that are ready to roll. So very exciting year. But yeah, I'll chalk it up to the big steppers and maybe Shelly.
And then we always end it off with who do you think takes it all this year and who do you think brings up the rear?
Well, I mean, it's no secret. We said 9 out of 10. Who's that 10th team? Might be the miracle. You never know what could happen. A lot of injuries happen to other people, but yeah, the rebuild Jesse, everybody goes through it. So no worries there. Um, who comes out on top? I might be staring at one of the two, unfortunately. Um, that's always in the cards. Um, the steppers can always compete. Even Brennan might be sneaky this year, but yeah, I mean, again, I'd be silly to say it's not me. So let's go with Hardstone Psychos year ring two
Fair
coming
enough.
into the trophy case. That would be great. That would be great. Looking back on this in December and seeing that.
Well, I think that'll just about do us. Um, Anything you want to say to the league before we get out of here?
I say it. I think I said it last year. It's my favorite league. I think you guys
Amen to
do a great
that.
job running it, and there's a lot of praise that comes with keeping everybody engaged and doing these interviews and keeping up the chat and getting to experience some good fantasy matchups every week. So really happy to be a part of it, and want to say good luck to everybody. But Bucky Irving is coming.
Fair enough. Dan, anything from you?
Witt, pleasure to take a look in the mirror with you.
Yes,
And
sir.
yeah, like you said, love this league, love where we're at. I'm excited for what should be a very fun season this year.
And then I just want to say thank you for coming on, first of all. And how great was it to have about half an hour of uninterrupted league name TBD conversation without Tom fucking Griffin flapping his gums?
Woohoo! Nice.
Sweetest sound I ever did hear.
Oh my gosh. Peace and quiet, man. Love it. And we didn't lag anywhere. There's no lagging today. So
Oh,
everything
true. I
went
didn't
very
even think
well.
about that.
Smooth as butter.
All right. Well, thank you everyone for watching. Tom, I meant every word I just said. And we'll see you with the final three if we get Zach on the horn.
I live with him. I'll go knock on his door. We'll see what happens.
All right, it's on watch. Peace out, boys.
See you guys. Thanks.